Hello everyone, welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Tuesday, February the 7th, 2012. And today I just wanted to briefly talk a little bit about a program which recently aired in the UK on Press TV called Cinepolitics, in which they decided to do a review of my film Into the Fire, which was really cool. I was definitely very honored that they would choose my film to be reviewed on their broadcast. It's a half-hour long program. It ended up clocking in at around 23 minutes once they left time for all their commercial breaks. But I felt that it was a pretty good review. The host, along with a couple of panelists, analyzed the film, discussed a lot of the things that were going on in it, and one of the panelists who they decided to invite onto the show just so happened to be Charlie Veitch of the Love Police. And of course, Charlie was right there with me for the whole duration of the G20 summit, minus the 50-odd hours that he spent in jail while he was under arrest. But nonetheless, he was there with me. So he was recounting a lot of his views and opinions about what took place there. And as I said, for the most part, it was a really good review. It was cool to hear the other panelists going on talking about, how he thought the film was structured and this and that. But eventually the host asked Charlie the question on whether or not he believes that the Bloc may have been infiltrated by agent provocateurs. And first off, just to clarify, just to make sure, I know there's some subscribers who are a little bit new to this information, so I just want to briefly clarify what those things are. The Bloc, of course, is a group. Well, they don't like to refer to themselves as a group. They like to refer to it as a tactic. But I mean, these guys are highly organized. They will show up to the same events at the same time in the same place, wearing the same things with the same intentions. So there's a lot of organization there. I certainly would refer to it as a group, but they want to call it a tactic. And what their tactic is to destroy corporate property, vandalism, to destroy property as a symbol of their dissatisfaction with the system. And I in no way support the Bloc tactics. I'm completely against it. I think that those types of tactics only play into the goals of the elite. I mean, it only serves the very system that you think that you're rising up and trying to smash and bring down. It provides the excuse for a massive clampdown on all the legitimate protesters, just like what we saw at the G20 on that following Sunday when we saw over 1,100 arrests. The biggest violation of Canadian rights in Canadians' history. And that's all because of the Bloc. And, sometimes when they want to silence a protest, they have to generate the chaos in order to provide the excuse to clamp down on it. It's always about order out of chaos. And sometimes if they don't have the chaos, they have to generate it. So they will sometimes use police officers who will dress up in the black clothing to appear as one of the Bloc members to start smashing the banks and setting cars on fire and getting the riots going so that they can have an excuse to clamp down on it all. So, Charlie was asked that question and he said, "No, I don't think police were used as agent provocateurs, and I fully support the tactics of the Bloc. I would encourage kids out there to don that mask, pick up a hammer, and go on out and start smashing up corporate property." And I was just so disappointed to hear him say that. I'm not surprised, but nonetheless very disappointed. I certainly hope that people out there know that this is Charlie's views and Charlie's views only. And in no way do I support those views whatsoever. So for the viewers who watch that broadcast, I hope they don't think that I'm of the same opinion that Charlie is. And I mean, he's a free man. He was invited onto the show. I can't stop him. He can go on and talk about whatever he wants to talk about. But I want people to know that I don't agree with him. I do not support the Black Bloc tactics. I think it plays into the agenda of the global elite and establishing their new world order. So, nonetheless, I was disappointed to hear what he had to say in regards to that. But, other than that, I think it was a good review. So, I'll put a link to it in the description so you can check it out for yourself. It was cool. It did go on TV out in the UK and got a lot of exposure for the film. I saw a huge spike in the amount of comments on the film online, so people have obviously been searching it since that went to air. So it was good exposure for the film, but once again, we have Charlie Veitch speaking his mind and being highly controversial and upsetting people once again. I guess it's not much of a surprise anymore. But anyways, guys, I thought it was a pretty good review, so go check it out if you have some time today. I'll put a link in the description. And that's it for today. Tomorrow, you're going to want to tune in. We got a great weekly video report we've been working on about MK Ultra and the Canadian connection to these CIA experiments that took place in Montreal. So you're not going to want to miss that. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.